Yeah, today we speaking in tongues. Today I'm going to be sharing more words that you should remove from your vernacular. Okay? Words that you should remove from your vocabulary. I understand, okay, that we wasn't taught what words to use and not to use, but who would we be if we didn't have each other? Okay? So I come to offer you that value. I come to remind you that words are spells, if you didn't know. Okay? And the fact that they spells means that you can enact certain energy over you. Okay? You can call upon different powers over you that you may not necessarily have wanted. You may not necessarily had asked for. Okay? So yes, join me on Mondays. Okay, we're gonna be speaking tongues. Okay? We understand tongues, they resonate with linguistics. Yeah, listen, I'm not a Christian, but I did read the Bible. I understand what Paul taught the people of Corinth. Okay? Not what you see in those churches now. What you see in those churches is something different. Okay? Y'all gotta excuse me. I also used to be a preacher, so I did a few sermons on this same topic. Listen, Paul didn't teach these people to come in front of you and to be blabbering different words and then telling you that this is a secret relationship between them and the Most High. Okay? Paul didn't tell you these things. People made this up. You can't find this in your biblical text. Okay? Tongues resonate with speaking different languages. And you speak in different languages, okay, that are enacting different spells, that are enacting different frequencies and energies over your spirit. Okay, regardless if you like it, regardless if you know it or not. Okay? So yeah, every Monday we finna speak tongues. We finna break the code. We finna, okay, step in and outside of the confounds of the matrix. When we start to realize that we have power over the tongue. Okay, I say. So yeah, it's imperative to notice because this is going to determine how you start your day and how you stop your day. How you start your day and how you stop your day. A lot of people getting up and they rising in the morning. How many people greet you with good mornings? How many people greet you with good mornings? Unaware that they speak in tongues. That's what we're going to call it. Unaware of the power that they have over their spirit. They speak in tongues. Good morning. Okay? It's doing two things. First, you identifying with the fact that you may still be unalived. You may still be unalived. Okay? You may still be unalived. And when were you unalived? You was unalived when you left this dimension and went into the world of sleep. You went into the sleep realm. You went into the dream realm. Okay? And it becomes agony. Okay? When you realize that, some people live in their minds. They have not graduated to living in reality. Some people still living in their minds. And instead of stepping back into reality, you started to enjoy living in your minds. You started to enjoy living in the bondage of your imagination. Some people is tap dancing in the dream realm. Okay? And this is why they greet each other with good mornings. Okay? This is why it's a good morning for them, because they much more rather stay in mourning. Okay? Versus stepping into reality, stepping into life. Okay? And then not only that, there's other greetings. There's a lot of greetings, actually, but I ain't going to overwhelm us, nor am I going to overstimulate us. I'm going to give us another one. How many other people greet you with hello? Hello? Okay? Not only is they operating from the low that they speaking to, but they inviting you to the low. They're inviting you to the low. They're speaking from hell. And they speaking from the lowness, okay, of reality. And they inviting you that place. Okay? They're inviting you there. When they say hello, you stay away from people that tell you hello. You don't even respond when they say hello. When they say hello, you go ahead and get peace, because I'm not down there with you. Okay? Hi is better than hello. Okay? Hi is better than hello. Okay, you be mindful of those people that's greeting you with these dark greetings, the good mornings, the hello. Why we gotta be speaking from the cemetery? Why we gotta be speaking from the graveyard? And a lot of people speak from the graveyard. Okay, especially when they use the words like another word like earn. Yeah, like earn. People start speaking about what you need to earn from them. Okay, or what you must earn. Okay, this is why I told people that freedom is not a right, it's an obligation. It's not something you need to earn. Okay, this is not something you need to earn. And what does earn mean? Earn means that labor, right, is the energy you putting forth towards your funeral. Labor is the energy you putting forth towards your funeral. You working towards your own demise when you convince yourself you gotta earn, or that you have to earn, or that when you speak this type of language to yourself, you speaking in tongues. That's what we finna call it. You speaking in tongues. Okay? Listen, if you haven't done so already, make sure you cut your post notifications on. Make sure you subscribed already. Okay, my YouTube is there for you to watch all this long form, evergreen content for you to feed to yourself, for you to feed to your loved ones and the people that know you. Okay, I deal with a lot of teachers. I deal with a lot of students. I deal with a lot of important people, a lot of motherly energy, a lot of fatherly energy. Okay, so whenever you need a bibliography or a reminder, okay, that words really matter, you go ahead and take that to them. Okay, and you go ahead and take this to your preacher. Next time he in church and he start to speak in tongues, he start to wop wop ba loo bop a wop bamboo. He starts speaking a certain type of way. You go ahead into Corinthians and you read it. You read it with an open eye and an open spirit and an open heart, because Paul already broke this down. Paul already broke this down, and to sum up the lessons Paul gave to Corinth, he said you should not be speaking a language, okay, that the people in front of you don't speak unless there is an individual there, okay, that basically needs that interpretation. Meaning, why am I speaking Spanish in a room full of English people unless there's a Spanish person there? Come on now. This is why they don't do too many sermons on tongues. Because people done already created whole type of gospels behind this. Okay? And this is so they can use words against you. They need for you to be low. I need for you to be in a higher frequency. Okay? So again, a reminder of these words. Listen, be mindful of the way you greeting people and the way people are greeting you. You don't have to accept that from them. Okay? When they tell you good morning, you ignore them. Because once you tell them good morning back, you then welcoming the morning into your spirit. You don't need to be mourning. Why? Because you're then telling the world, I am still unalive. Okay? I am not ready to enter reality. I am not ready to start adulting. I am not ready to live. Okay? I much more rather hide in my mind. I much more rather operate and tap dance in the dream realm. I much more rather not be here. I much more rather imagine and imaginate, okay, the things I want to have instead of putting forth the energy to go get it. Tell them when they tell you good morning, you on your own. Ignore them. You smile, say, but don't say it back. And another one, hello. Tell them, listen, I don't live in the lows of hells. Okay? I don't live in hell, and you won't be inviting me to your low. You know, misery love company, hell low is one of those type of phrases. A misery love company type of phrase. You be mindful. You be mindful of the frequency people inviting you on. They invite you. They say, come on. I feel bad. You come on over here and feel bad with me. Okay? So no, we're not saying hello no more. Okay? We're not saying hello no more. Listen, if we're going to speak tongues, we're going to be speaking tongues the right way. Okay? We're going to be using the right words. Okay? We're going to be using affirmations and confirmations. Okay? And even celebrations. Okay? We're going to be using the right words to ignite the fire that is inside of us. We're going to be speaking to the different frequencies that exist inside of us, the different many versions of us. Okay? Instead of good morning, we could have said great rising. Even good rising. Because I want us to understand what good resonates with. Good is synonymous with God. So you're not just saying good morning. You're saying God morning. God is morning. God is morning. When you say good morning, God is morning. Okay, how do we know this? Because I could just be making this up, right? I could just be making this up, right? We understand that in the English language, vowels are interchangeable. A, E, I, O, and U. So that O can also sound like a U. Good and God. Good morning. God morning. Come on now, this is linguistics. I'm a linguistic major. I'm finna teach you all the different back doors of these languages that they didn't try to teach you. They wanted to make sure you was cursing yourself. They wanted to make sure you was reiterating these curses to yourself. To yourself. When you sing this music, yeah. When you sing this music, when you are engaging in everyday conversation, what you think you're doing in your body? You think what happened to the world happened by accident? Look around, look at people. People are introverted, people are depressed, people are sad, people are lacking purpose. How do you lack something that you was born with? And the fact that you can't remember what is going on in your mind, that you can't remember why you're here. Come on now, we're going to go into that another day. We're going to go into that another day. But until then, hey, listen, if you haven't done so already, this is on YouTube. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on. Make sure you commenting. Make sure you time stamping. And make sure you letting the frequency know that you like to be tuned to abundance. You like to be tuned to receiving. Why? Because you a student of life and you also a teacher. That's to those leaders. Okay? See, listen, I deal with reflection. Look at me. I'm leading. Okay? And I'm speaking to my reflection directly. Okay, I'm speaking to leaders, creators, entrepreneurs, artists, and responsible people. Y'all are the individuals that I call superheroes because it's going to be up to you to save the world. No, we're not waiting on no entities. We're not waiting on no deities. We're not waiting till the bad guys stop being bad guys or the bad girls turn up to be good girls. We're not waiting for any of that. Why? Because we don't have the luxury. Some people are living in the luxury of misery. You ever see a depressed person? They just lay down all week. You on vacation. A depressed person is finna live off of you. They live in the luxuries of life, and not I. Not I. I don't have those luxuries. My luxuries are sitting up there on the mountaintop. When I go up there and accept life. When I go up there and meditate. When I go up there, okay, and contemplate, okay, and mediate with my own spirit in the universe. Okay, and bring down that good wisdom and bring down that divine masculine energy and to bring down that divine feminine energy. Okay, yeah, that's the luxuries of life. See, it's a luxury. Responsibility come with certain accolades. Responsibility and accountability, it come with certain superpowers. Okay, nevertheless, I wanna thank y'all for joining me. Y'all been so beautiful. Y'all been so beautiful. Listen, I call my Mondays, since it's Mindset Mondays, we like to reset the mind. Now, how we going to reset the mind? We're going to reset the mind with the different words that we're using. Okay? Listen, the mindset is the navigation. The mind state is the destination. So when I reset my mind, okay, I also re-navigate myself onto a new destination. Okay? Every Monday, this is what we're going to do. This is what we've been doing. Okay, I just got a new title, okay, a whole new template for what we do on Mondays. So Mindset Mondays, we're going into vocab. Yeah, we're gonna start speaking tongues, and that's what we just did. So make sure you know all the words that you just learned and you begin removing them from your mouth. Okay, even if you still saying them, say it, but say it and listen. And until then, let's enrich ourselves. The world needs us. The world much more rather us be rich mentally, rich spiritually, rich emotionally, and then rich physically. You can't do nothing if you ain't got a dollar to put, money on the wood. We know it's good. Nevertheless, let's get rich.